everyone, and welcome to the Phoenix News Report. Tonight we'll be covering Trump's very disciplined presidential campaign. Sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight face. And also, Kamala Harris keeps on smiling while J.D. Vance does whatever this is. Let's start with the campaign. Now, Trump has had a terrible time lately. Bad polls everywhere, his campaign staff begging him to listen.
Whatever, I do what I want.
And his Veep pick is back on defense. More on that in a bit. So it was time for a reset, and Trump called another press conference. Do you think he was able to control himself and stay on message? Nah. So they set him up in front of some groceries that he has never had to purchase, and he loved it.
But look at this over here. What a nice job. I think I'm going to take some of them back to my cottage and have a lot of fun. Like the Cheerios. I haven't seen Cheerios in a long time. I'm going to take them back with me.
Yeah, not paying for things is kind of his whole deal. I will say that at first he did give staying on message the old college try. For the first part, he was reading straight from a script to the delight of his campaign advisors, which made it all the more funny when he said this later.
I do things largely without a teleprompter, frankly, because it's hard to hold an audience if you're going to go for an hour and a half or 2 hours reading a script.
Is it worse to read off a prompter or to ramble on nonsensically for way too long? Tough question, because he was equally bad at both. Trump's press conference followed an interview with Elon Musk earlier in the week, which started late due to Elon firing all the competent employees. I mean, a cyber attack. It was one of those. Once the interview finally started, both men tried repeatedly to impregnate the other, and Musk had to explain to Trump that he wouldn't be able to speak in all caps like he does on Truth Social. The interview resulted in Truth Social stock declining sharply, which is why I think they should do one of these every week. In other campaign news, professional supervillain Roger Stone's emails got hacked. Once the hackers had control of his private messages, they immediately offered Stone $1 million if he would just take it all back from him. Sources familiar with Stone's communications suggest that the hackers may be willing to pay upwards of $2 million once they see the photo attachments in those emails. And then there's J.D. Vance, who probably has not diddled his Davenport, but who wants you to know that all that childless people should have less votes stuff was just a thought experiment, y'all. In an interview on ABC, he explained that because Democrats want to give children the right to vote, which is news to Democrats, but whatever, then shouldn't we take those kids' votes and instead give them to the parents of those children? Hey, JD, why stop there? I mean, why not extend these extra votes to potential children now that any cell that multiplies is a human, according to Project 2025? Let's give every post-puberty premenopausal woman an extra vote per egg, and guys can have an extra vote for every sperm. Anyway, once J.D. Vance really got going on this thread, the ABC interviewer had a hard time getting him to stop masturbating to his own voice. They never should have let him sit on that couch. J.D. Vance is also in hot water with post-menopausal women, who he thinks should be helping to raise their grandchildren instead of going to pottery workshops in Sedona. It's a bold campaign strategy. He's pissed off the cat people, he's riled up the hot flash brigade, and campaign strategists say the logical next step is to call Beyonce the C word and see if that helps. Now, obviously, the Trump campaign is having a rough go of it. But what about the Harris campaign? Well, it's mostly sunshine and rainbows over there. Inflation is down, they've got lower drug prices for seniors, illegal border crossings are way down, and even the crime rate is falling dramatically. Wait, what? Who's going to take the mantle of most violent nation now? Goddamn England? Frickin' Americans, this is unacceptable. I did my part by digging up the corpse of the man I ran over in 1997 at the Applebee's outside the AMC Theater in Beaumont and leaving him to rot in the August heat, but I can't do it alone. Sorry, what were we talking about? Oh, right. So Kamala Harris and Tim Walz have been met by record-breaking crowd sizes, and that has dawned on feeling butthurt. Trump claimed that photos of their crowd sizes must be AI generated. But honestly, looking at the picture the Harris-Walz campaign released, I don't know, looks legit to me. Now, Tim Walz has fired up the party, but there's one group that's really digging him: dads. Here to comment is our own Midwestern dad, Jeremy Haston.
Hey, Andre, you want me to throw a burger on here for you?
No thanks. So Jeremy, why are dads like you so excited about Tim Walz?
Because he's resourceful, just like us. You know, Tim Walz has a genius plan to fund education in this country. It's a mixture of meat raffles, garage sales, and giving Menards coupons to the Army Corps of Engineers to help save on infrastructure costs.
Sounds interesting. Now, what kinds of things do you think Tim Walz is going to do as vice president?
Well, I tell you, Tim Walz is already ready for the inaugural balls. He's ordered 250 pounds of pork butt to go on his smoker. And holidays are going to be lit when he's in office, where he's going to electrocute himself Chevy Chase style when it comes time for the White House Christmas decorations. And you know he's already been put in charge of mowing the White House lawn before the next Easter egg hunt, and he's excited AF about it.
Sure, but what about actual governing? You think he'll make a good vice president?
Picture this. Everyone's in the Situation Room trying to handle some tense crisis, but Tim Walz is not sweating. You know why? Because he has control of the Situation Room thermostat, and he's going to New Balance the budget.
One last question for you, Jeremy. What do you think Tim Walz is going to keep in his desk?
Well, I mean, a can of WD-40, of course, in case that drawer starts sticking, and a multi-tool in case his chair starts getting a little wobbly, Advil, oh, and tampons in case anybody needs one.
And don't forget the beef jerky.
Oh, he's from Minnesota. It'll probably be turkey jerky.
All right, Jeremy, thanks for being here. Jeremy Haston, everybody. Hey, everyone. Would you like to show your support for the Harris-Walz ticket on your car or on your torso? Well, new merch just dropped in our store. We've got Kitties for Kamala bumper stickers for the childless cat lady in your life. My Titties and My Kitties are voting Kamala Waltz t-shirts, and I'm doing the Kamala Waltz in several products. Head on over to the store to show your support and then go register to vote. Some Project 2025 training videos were leaked, but unfortunately, no one has been able to stay awake through them all, so no one knows much about what's in them. But you can learn a lot from the first couple of slides.
Welcome to Project 2025. Together we can put democracy back in the hands of the few. Here's what we'll be talking about today. Step 1, Bloody Revolution, aka how to overthrow your local school board. Step 2, Money, aka how to overthrow your local representative. Step 2B, Donald Trump would like to talk to you about an exciting new investment opportunity. This slide is sponsored by Peter Thiel, who reminds you, questions are for commies.
Donald Trump is continuing to disavow Project 2025, but is he lying? Spoiler alert, he is. You do know he lies about literally everything, right? Anyways, check out this clip from the Center for Climate Reporting, who went undercover with Project 2025's co-creator.
Meet Russ Vogt.
Russell Vogt, the former director of the Office of Management and Budget.
Formerly a cabinet member and chief lieutenant in the first Trump admin.
I want to thank Russ for doing an incredible job.
He now runs a group called Center for Renewing America. Vogt is one of the key authors of the blueprint for a second Trump administration.
Project 2025.
He's blessed it from the, I remember walking into our last day in office and told him what I was going to do. So he's very supportive of what we do.
The Trump campaign recently picked him to write the Republicans' policy platform, making him essentially Project 2025's man on the inside.
I think the best example is like the campaign selected me to be the platform because of their views on my policy ideas.
So just to recap, this guy knows Trump real well. He's definitely trying to take over the government with Project 2025, and Trump is totally on board with that, despite him lying and saying he's not. So if you don't think The Handmaid's Tale was, kind of a neat system, then go vote and bring your friends. Folks, we have some exciting news about the Democratic National Convention next week. We've got a delegate on the inside, Gian Thomas, who's going to be sending us updates from the convention. Plus, I will be a virtual correspondent for the convention, and I'll have exclusive highlights, convention coverage, and more. Stay tuned to the Phoenix News Network to keep up with the convention, and don't forget to register to vote. United Airlines, in anticipation of possible violence, if not all-out war breaking out in the Middle East, has suspended all flights to Israel. Not sure why anyone would want to go to Israel right this minute, but okay. A representative from Boeing put out a press release about the canceled flight saying, "Ha, screw you guys! I bet you thought that this was our fault again. Not this time, losers!" Olympic boxer Imane Khalif is suing Elon Musk and J.K. Rowling and possibly even Trump for spreading disinformation about her gender. You know, there's something so special about transphobes getting sued. Couldn't happen to worse people. I say take Elon's rockets, J.K.'s castle, and Trump's, Jeffrey Epstein's plane that he flies around in. Yeah, just throw that thing into a volcano. Or you could just let her box them on pay-per-view. She may be a woman, but she can absolutely knock your teeth out. Stargazer news now as we crane our necks towards the Perseid meteor shower. The Perseids are an annual event in which the Earth barrels through the debris of comets, creating pretty streaks in the sky as the space dust burns in agony in our atmosphere. If you missed it, no worries. There's plenty of other dates to celebrate shit slamming into other shit in a fiery rage. For instance, 9/11 is coming up. But where is the best place to see such a spectacular cosmic spectacle? How about on a Boeing Starliner trip to the ISS? From way up there where the air ain't near, you can get a fantastic vantage point and plenty of opportunity to see cosmic sights. In fact, you'll likely have way more opportunity than you originally signed up for. Who knows how long you'll be trapped in your floating opportunity tube, away from your loved ones, completely out of clean underwear, and living with the constant fear that you may never make it home again. Enjoy the view. OpenAI is warning users not to fall in love with their chatbot. Now, is this the company that used Scarlett Johansson's voice to make their AI sound like the movie Her, or is this the AI company that got in trouble for scraping everyone's YouTube data? Whichever company this is, they say that their GPT-4o voice users could, emphasis on could, get users emotionally attached. So we need to check on all the lonely dudes out there to make sure they don't start trying to have sex with their computers like JD Vance did with that couch. A Mississippi attorney, Jesus, look at that guy, wow, was accused of introducing contraband into a correctional facility. It's a shame that prisoners are desperate enough to take things from a man that looks like that. We need to do better, America. And finally tonight, a man was robbed by an unusual criminal when a seagull stole his wallet. We tried to tell you, do not leave anything in your shopping cart when you see an untrustworthy, dumpster-diving beach rat seagull around. If you do, they will swoop down from the heavens and steal your shit. Be wise. Keep your wallet between your thighs. That's all for this week, but we'll be back next week with all the news from the Democratic National Convention. Till then, love you. Bye.
Although I have one case where we judge, a certain judge, I won't use names, but you can ask the man on the street. I saw it on one of the shows today. They asked the man on the street, what's the last name of Kamala? Nobody knew. It's Harris. Nobody knew the last name. I think I'm doing a very calm campaign. I mean, we're here, there's no shouting. Now you'll say he ranted and raved, or not you, but some of you will say he ranted and raved. I didn't rant and rave. I'm a very calm person, believe it or not. If I wasn't, probably wouldn't be around anymore, you know? Probably wouldn't be around.